The biggest story of this quarterfinal wasn't a goal, it was a card. A yellow card shown to one player, then taken away and given to another. And with that, level at 1-1, Switzerland were down to 10 men. Argentina beat Switzerland 3-1 after extra time to reach the semi-finals. But nobody left Kansas City talking about the score. Today, the decision, the fury, and the pattern people are starting to notice. First, what actually happened? Alexis Mac Allister headed Argentina in front in the 10th minute from a messy corner. Dan Doy equalized in the 67th minute, 1-1. And then, in the 72nd minute, came the moment that decided the match. Referee João Pinheiro first booked Argentina's Leandro Paredes for a foul. Then VAR intervened, under FIFA's new mistaken identity protocol. The review found that Breel Embolo had already been going down before Paredes made contact. So the referee took the yellow card away from Paredes and booked Embolo instead, for simulation. But Embolo had already been booked, just before halftime. A second yellow, a red card, off. Switzerland had to play out the rest of the match with 10 men, level at 1-1. The momentum they had built with the equalizer evaporated in an instant. Embolo broke down in tears. Denis Zakaria pleaded with the referee on the field. And Captain Granit Xhaka confronted the official again at the next hydration break. There is a statistic that captures how rare this was. Embolo is only the fourth player since 1966 to be sent off for a second yellow for simulation. And the first since Asamoah Gyan, back in 2006. In extra time, Julian Alvarez robbed Xhaka, drove forward, and curled one into the top corner from outside the box. The 112th minute, his first goal of the tournament. And there is a cruel echo in it. It is the second latest goal Switzerland have ever conceded at a World Cup. The latest, Angel Di Maria, in the 118th minute, for Argentina, in 2014. Lautaro Martinez added a third at the death, 3-1. Afterwards, the Swiss camp was incandescent. Coach Murat Yakin did not hold back. We were punished because of a rule that in my opinion is completely unacceptable. I don't understand it. It hurts enormously that we were eliminated in this way. We didn't deserve that today. On the booking that started it all, he was precise. For me there was not a single reason to give the Argentine player a yellow card. He defended his dismissed forward fiercely. You can imagine how Breel feels. He had been attacked several times beforehand. To blame him now is absolutely absurd. And on the momentum he felt his team had. After the equalizer, the momentum was on our side. We were dominant, we controlled the game. Captain Granit Xhaka said much the same. I think the red card changed our game. That decision is difficult to accept. The dressing room was very quiet, very disappointed. Defender Nico Ilvedi was even more direct. I just don't understand how VAR can make that kind of decision. And here is why this one landed so hard. It wasn't the first. Days earlier, in the round of 16, Argentina came from 2 goals down to beat Egypt 3-2. That game also ended in a refereeing storm. Egypt's coach Hossam Hassan suggested, quote, perhaps they wanted Messi to stay in the running. And the Egyptian Federation filed a formal complaint with FIFA, citing serious refereeing mistakes and double standards. FIFA's refereeing chief Pierluigi Collina publicly defended the decisions. But stack the Switzerland controversy on top, and the suspicion resurfaced anyway. That referees are favoring Argentina. Worth noting, though, before this match, Yakin had been asked about exactly that. And he refused to go there. I wouldn't say they are being favored. So was the decision actually wrong? Among analysts, the verdict was more complicated than the anger suggested. Multiple replay breakdowns concluded that, by the letter of the law, the call was correct. The replay showed Embolo going to ground before Paredes made contact. By the rules, VAR got it right. But correct and appropriate are two different questions. Former Jamaica international Joby McAnuff, working as a pundit for ITV, put it this way. To send him off in a game of this magnitude, it feels harsh. And then there is the sheer obscurity of the rule. Even Yakin admitted, I didn't know this rule. It was only the second time a yellow card has been swapped this way at a World Cup. And there is an irony buried in it. Had the referee never booked Paredes in the first place, VAR would have had no grounds to intervene at all. What about the winners? Argentina's coach Lionel Scaloni was candid rather than triumphant. He acknowledged that luck was on our side because one of their players was sent off. Julian Alvarez described a huge release of emotions. And Messi was quiet. He is joint top scorer at this World Cup on 8 goals, level with Kylian Mbappé. He had scored in every match he'd played here. Against Switzerland, he drew a blank. He did deliver the corner for the opener, his 10th World Cup assist. But he never imposed himself the way he had all tournament. And there is one number that shows what the red card really did. Switzerland finished with an expected goals figure of 0.53. Of that, just 0.03 came in the 30 minutes of extra time. 10 men, 30 minutes, and almost nothing created. And Switzerland deserved better than this ending. This was their most successful World Cup campaign since 1954. They arrived here on an unbeaten run stretching back to November 2024. They had reached the quarterfinal by beating Colombia on penalties, and Yarkin had said, "We finally broke the curse." And now this. Switzerland have now been eliminated in all 4 World Cup quarterfinals they have ever reached. Argentina face England in the semi-final on Wednesday in Atlanta. The defending champions are 2 wins from becoming the first team since Brazil to retain the World Cup. The title defense marches on, but so do the question marks trailing behind it. Was the red card the right call? Tell me in the comments. And if you want the semi-finals broken down the same way, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. And Switzerland deserved better than this ending. This was their most successful World Cup campaign since 1954. They arrived here on an unbeaten run stretching back to November 2024. They had beaten Colombia on penalties to get this far. And in 92 years of trying, they have still never reached a World Cup semi-final. Argentina face England in the semi-final on Wednesday in Atlanta. The defending champions are 2 wins from becoming the first team since Brazil to retain the World Cup. The title defense marches on, but so do the question marks trailing behind it. Was the red card the right call? Tell me in the comments. And if you want the semi-finals broken down the same way, hit subscribe and turn on notifications.